Hi, I'm Tom McLeod, Managing Consultant of McLeod Governance. This is what I would be thinking about this week. A couple of days ago, a subscriber to the newsletter sent me an article with regards to a fraud that had occurred. It related to a gentleman who had stolen money from his organisation to cover the gambling debts of his daughter. Whenever I investigate a fraud, I always try to understand why the fraud has happened. And the most useful framework that I've ever come across to do that is the fraud triangle. If one looks at the fraud triangle, there are three elements: rationalisation, pressure, and opportunity. Pressure is often financial and usually stems from addiction, living beyond one's means, major medical expenses, or, as was the case here, gambling losses. Rationalisation is the explanation why the fraud is not really wrong. Some people will tell themselves that it's a loan and it will be repaid. Others feel that they're not paid enough and deserve more. Opportunity is the opinion or the view that a fraud could be committed without being caught. The fraudster has seen poor internal controls, poor supervision, poor tone at the top, or a combination of these. It is within that context that it made me reflect over the many interviews that I've done over the last 20 years as it comes to fraud investigations. Of the more than 100 interviews that I've undertaken, I would estimate that about 80% of the time, gambling losses have been the underlying issue. The challenge for anyone seeking to prevent fraud, then, perhaps is seeking to identify how gambling losses manifest themselves in the behaviour of employees likely to commit fraud. It is a question or a hypothesis that I've yet to be able to answer, but it is always very clear in hindsight.